It's gonna be the Literary Witches Oracle that I'm gonna unbox tonight. Welcome back. If you're just joining me, I did a video maybe half an hour ago. I was wearing something different, but it's pajama time here at the Davis house, and I cannot wait. Tonight, I will be unboxing this oracle deck, the Literary Witches Oracle, that I've had my eye on since I started thinking about opening Dork Witch tarot reading services. And I've been to my local bookstore several times, and it's always there, and I'm like, oh, it's too on the nose. Like, I'm a writer. I love literary women and authors and such. So, yeah, is it too... No, yes, it is, and that's fine, and I'm okay with that. Too on the nose. I don't know. I don't care. I'm just excited to take a look at this. If you're joining here, what do you think? Have you seen this oracle before? Have you used it? Do you have it? What do you think? Let me know in the chat. And sorry if I'm messing up the feed. I am actually just trying to make my screen a little more visible here. It's just easier for me to see what I'm doing. And I did change some settings, so for those of you who have been with me on the beginning journey of my YouTube channel, I am still trying to figure out what to do. So it is 9:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have a new toy. Let's take a look at the box. We have some beautiful illustrations on the side. Oh, the Literary Witches Oracle. Nice peachy color. Kind of a creamsicle color. Thick box. It's bigger than I thought it would be. Literary Witches. Oh, it looks like it's a flap opening, so it's just sort of, it's going to open up like that. Oh, kind of like a book. How nice. I get it. All right. It's from Clarkson Potter, an imprint of Penguin Random House. Shocking. Penguin is big and awesome, I think. I keep shaking my lamp. That's okay. I need something sharp. Let's try. So all that's holding it closed is this clear seal. So the next 20 minutes will be me trying to do it open, because I don't want to get up to get something to open it with, because I have my heating pad on my back and it feels really nice. But I give up. I'm bored trying to do it. Hand sanitizer, lip balm, glass cleaner. Those aren't going to help. Where's my pens? Oh, they're there. Oh, that'll work. Hold on. My quill, my inky quill. It's got a nice sharp point. Pretty on the nose too. I don't do well with sharp things. Kind of afraid of knives. I like scissors, but that was a good sound. Nice, clean. Come off. There we go. One more little piece. But yeah, glass. I break glass easily. Glass and I do not get along. Sand I like, because it's like what glass was meant to be. So here we go. We're opening the Literary Witches Oracle. And this is starting to level the playing field. This purchase is starting to level the playing field between oracle decks and tarot decks that I've got. Let's see. Zombie, Labyrinth. Now I have the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot, Jane Austen Tarot, and Friends Tarot. So I have 5 tarot decks. And with this one, not including the other 2, Unicorn Oracle, Seasons of the Witch Oracle. So this is 5 to 3. Not like it's a competition. But here we go. I don't even want to, because it's like I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know what it's like. Oh, Very nice. Great box. I just like that I don't have, it's not one of those squeezy ones that I have to like wrestle with and open up. Oh, the book is really thin. It's bigger. I like that. Tiny font. That'll work. I can make that work. And a ribbon. If you know me, you know I'm trash for my ribbons. Oh, these are good cards. These are like the Jane Austen deck. They're like all textured and everything. Oh my gosh, these are big. Got a tear in my box. That's all right. That sounded dirty, but I didn't mean it like that, obviously. I didn't even have to point that out, I suppose. And okay, it looks like they are kind of directional. So if I chose to stare too close, I'll be able to tell. Oh, this is, no, never mind. I don't read these reversed, so that I don't mind that these have a directional. It felt like a tarot deck because it's so big. These are big cards. Oh, this is great. Beautiful, beautiful box. We're going to put that aside. Literary Witches Oracle. Here we go. Sound like cards to me. Oh, they feel nice. Who's the first one that the printer put on top? Emily Dickinson. Oh, amazing art. Okay, so each card has an image of an author or a literary figure. She's holding a ferret. Pretty sure that's a ferret. And it says the soul. So I won't go to the book yet, but I'm pretty sure each literary person is going to have a card or a term, obviously, associated with it. Wow. A nice nin, subconscious. What I love about this is I am 1-0 for 1 and 2. That's it. For knowing who these people are. So this is going to tell me a lot of new authors' names. Not new. I'm guessing these are a little bit more classic. Sylvia Plath. Oh, the dark. Wow, look at her hands. Oh my God. Introduced me to a lot of new authors. Mary Shelley. Oh. Loss. Her card is Loss. Wow. Really good texture. Very thick, very pliable. It's a little bit of a lip on it, and that's okay. Emily Bronte. I'm glad she's in there. Oh, this is great. I don't know, how do I do this? Do I want to shuffle? Should I just look at all of them? Yeah, I'll shuffle. Da, 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 da. Put them back in. Welcome, deck. It's an honor to have you here. Katie Horan is the illustrator. Tasia Kitiskaya is the writer of the descriptions in the guidebook. I always notice, like, when the cards kind of pucker and clump. Yeah, there's definitely some chunks in there. Those will get worn out a bit. Yeah, these are very bendy. And sometimes overnight I'll just put a ton of books on top of the deck itself, not even in the box, obviously, just to sort of weigh it down, flatten them out. Oh, my one writing buddy, Emelinda. Emelinda, if you're watching, she has the most amazing deck because she's said she's had it for a long time. The edges of the deck are frayed. It's so amazing. And you could tell that deck is very loved. And I can't wait to get to that point. Like, that's going to be neat. It's just often used. All right, that card's jumping out. Doll. Okay, so we have some objects in here. Interesting. You know what? Yeah, let's definitely go to the handbook for this and see what this is about. So our guidebook, excuse me. So there's something about the deck itself. The author cards in this deck, the witches, are figures wandering and brooding over an enchanted landscape. The witch's materials are creatures and objects. Ghost, eel, lantern, and so on. I'm guessing doll is one of these objects. Haunting the landscape. Companions, talismans, or ingredients for spells. Ah, all of these beings are alive for you to observe and make sense of your own powers. Huh. The words on the cards in this booklet provide suggestions for... Let me get that in focus again. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Provides suggestions for interpretation, some purposefully contradictory, some mystic and ambiguous. Well, that's nice to know. I lost my attention span reading that. Example of a single card layout, a 3-card layout, past, present, future. And that's it for that. Okay, so here's the content of the Octavia Butler. Nice. Wow. Oh, I gotta find that card. That's amazing. Sandra Cisneros. Very good. Agatha Christie. Oh my goodness. Shirley Jackson, Zora Neale Hurston. Oh, I can't wait to see all these people. Gertrude Stein. Witch's materials. Here we go. What does the doll represent? Oh, this is so fun. Illusion, old wounds, and childhood. That's what our doll card means. This is going to be a really interesting deck to read with. Wow. Unreal. Yeah, so almost... How many? I can't really tell, but like half the deck, maybe? Let's see if it's half and half. I'll at least sort. I'm going to be sorting cards into 2 piles here, people and objects. So, authors or objects. Let's see how many. Well, I haven't really shuffled very well, so it's going to be pretty easy. The eel. Janet Frame, never heard of her. Faroxad. Rebellion. Oh, heck yeah. Sandra Cisneros, Agatha Christie, Eileen Chang. Oh, amazing card. I gotta get better lighting in here. Wow, Angela Carter. Identity. Wow. Anne Carson, Intellect. Pond. Peacock. Amazing. Flannery O'Connor. Another peacock. Interesting. Marabi. Devotion. That's who's on the outer edge of our deck, too. Gosh, beautiful. Audre Lorde. Wow. Justice. I love this deck already. This, I think I already know that she's in here, but I just got a big Jane Austen feeling. Like, I wonder if it's like my Jane Austen deck, because I wonder if it's the same, or it's the same publisher? Similar quality, or maybe it's the illustrator. It's such a wicked back. I love it. Wings, Ghost. Eye, Elixir. What I like about the descriptions of the objects is that it's just a couple words each. So there's more room for interpretation on my end. Glove, milk, lion, lantern. Okay, so they were in alphabetical order. I'm getting the half and half feeling here. Mushrooms, moon, noose, Emily Dickinson, volcano, tree, toad, teacup. Aw. Spider. Oh. Snail, skull, rabbit, praying mantis. Excuse me, it's getting close to bedtime, obviously. Doesn't mean deciding to only do this deck. I may, oh my god, I may do a second deck, but look at this, white dress. that one has my attention. I think because it's the biggest object so far, except for wall. Creature's paw. Chicken. Cauldron. Cat. Braid. Eel. Doll. Yeah, these look to be about half and half. 70 cards, so 35 and 35, I'd guess. Of course, those will get reshuffled back in there. If anyone is watching, feel free to comment. Let me know if you have any questions about the deck. I don't feel ready to read with this one yet, but we could pretend. Was there a Jane Austen in here? I thought it said. Was it another deck I had my eye on earlier today at the store? I had like so many in my hand. It was hard to choose, but I am happy with this. Sappho, Toni Morrison. Oh, power. Look at that. Solitude. These are great cards. Maria Sabina. Emily Bronte, that one. Oh, look at all the ants. Oh, these illustrations are great. I'm noticing more and more as I keep looking at them. Some have like spider webs all up in the corners. Lots of animals and creatures. Oh, that one's layered. Shirley Jackson. Has anybody seen the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, is what it's called? Shirley Jackson is a character in it as one of the witches in the coven, and oh, it's just an amazing part. I could keep looking at these for a long time. Let's see how they shuffle. I am not the best shuffler. Am I doing that right? Yeah, okay. And these are very big, but yeah, not bad. I feel like I'm bending them. But they're new, they're mine, they have to get broken in anyway. Hey, Mary in the Harp, what's up? Yeah, Shirley Jackson. That was a pretty killer card. And I got tongue-tied staring at it, Mary. And there's a lot in there. Like, I think I've read some other of her stories. And it was like, I think there's a lot, there's going to be a bunch of layers in all the illustrations, especially for if I know the author who's represented in it. So, all right. Let's see. Let's grab an author card here. Creature's paw. Pond. Spider. Tree. Toni Morrison. Very good. That'll work. Mary, have you seen this deck before? What do you think? Literary Witches Oracle. Ugh. Unreal. I'm so happy. No regrets on this purchase. That's rare for me. I often have buyer's remorse, whether it's like a $5 purchase or a $20 purchase or a $100 purchase. And yeah, look at, okay, this is, I mean, that window's a little smaller, but oh, yeah, Haunting a Hill House. That's so good. It was really powerful to see how do I say it? How much bigger the, oh, what's the word? The written story was. And it gave me a huge appreciation of adaptations, like the 90s adaptation with Catherine Zeta-Jones and Mr. Wilson, whatever his name is, and Eleanor. It's just so creepy. Did you watch the, oh, okay. Yeah, so new deck. I haven't looked at it until tonight. Yeah, thank you. I agree with you. And have you watched the new adaptation on Netflix, The Hill House? They did an amazing adaptation, though. So Toni Morrison. Let's see what the Toni Morrison card deck thinger has to say. So I'm going to guess, yeah, maybe not. Oh, yeah, it is alphabetical by last name. So Morrison, let's go back. This is the power card, which we see here. And what I'm seeing, literally what I'm seeing, are two birds at the top, a little outline of a house shape, garden shape behind her, flowers planted in the earth, petals, and there's a bottle that's tipped over, liquid spilling out with a woman's shadow coming out of it, and there's bread and a knife, and texture in the dirt or wood beneath her. Yeah, I guess it's kind of more of a table than anything. Yeah, you've watched that show. I started rewatching it, and I couldn't get through the first episode this time around. Like, it really was sad, and it went deep on the grief part, which I really appreciated. I don't know what to say. Like that, the second episode that was shot all in one take between like the funeral parlor and like, oh my God. I can't wait to rewatch it, but I've got to like, be surrounded by Care Bears or like watching Friends on my other video device or something. I don't know. All right. So Toni Morrison's card here. Mary, this will be for you. Why not? Let's read one. Go against my tradition, but I usually, sleep with each deck, literally like either on the bed table next to me or one of my favorite tarot people that I follow recommends sleeping with it under your pillow. And I've done that before. It's lumpy, but it works. I don't know if it works. It just helps me, it's like taking your teddy bear to bed. It's just a fun superstition that I have. I actually do that with manuscripts. Right the night before I do a big revision or a read through of a manuscript I've finished a draft of or a revision of, yeah, I'll print it out and put it under my pillow and sleep on it. That habit I got from Meg Cabot, author of the Princess Diaries series, and Jinx and The Mediator. She is rumored to do that as well. In a few interviews, she said that. But anyway, Toni Morrison here. Owning power, seizing power, the power at play. Amazing. It says here, no American writer is more honor-laden than regal Toni Morrison, born 1931, who was born to a working-class family in Lorain, Ohio, a frequent setting for epic novels of Black experience. Her most famous work, Beloved, has become required reading, but wave that unjust homework aura away. I like that. Seek this novel for the haunted story it is, a deeply spooky and moving book about a vengeful baby ghost. Okay, so this is actually, this deck gives recommendations. This deck gives recommendations on what to read. I love that. So I'm sure that there's something about that in the introduction, which I'm not going to read right now, but it's like, hey, looks like you're needing to find a source of power. Why don't you read this book by Toni Morrison, this story by Shirley Jackson? I'm kind of in love with that. Cat. Oh, this deck is great. There's Shirley again. All right, Shirley. Mary and I are curious about you, but look at this. Look at this image. And again, there's something on a table spilling out. She's holding a needle with red thread. I don't think you can see that on my screen yet. But her word associated here is family. Believe it or not. Wow. There's like this portrait on the wall behind her, but it like the black in the portrait is like seeping out almost. This is wicked. Shirley Jackson, what have you got? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. There she is. All right. Shirley Jackson's card. Big theme is family, but some keywords for her include domestic pleasures, domestic horrors, partnerships, and children. The fiction of Shirley Jackson, 1916 to 1965, marries the ordinary with the supernatural and often speaks to the inhumanities people endure. Her most famous story on the subject, The Lottery, was written after rural Vermont residents painted a swastika on her house. Her husband, a professor at Bennington College, was Jewish. I did not know that. That's awful. Not that he was a professor at Bennington College, but that people painted that on their home. Yet keen observation and a sense of humor pervade many of her works, especially her very funny essays on raising 4 kids. I did not know that she wrote essays, funny essays, about raising 4 kids. I'm going to have to check that out. Yeah, Mary, that definitely has... Oh, she's totally spilling the tea. Oh my God. Good call. Holy moly. And yeah, that does kind of have a keyhole vibe to it, doesn't it? That's so eerie. And rest assured, during readings, which are sent via PDF, I take high quality images of it to the best of my ability with my iPhone camera, and make sure there's no big glare, so it's not like, you know, washed out like that or too dark like that, obviously. She is spilling that tea, isn't she? Look at her face. This is such a great card. Oh, I just got chills. Thank you, Shirley Jackson. Oh, my Lord. That is my unboxing of this wee little beastie. She does contain multitudes, Mary. That's great. It's true. Was We Have Always Lived in the Castle one of hers? I can't remember. It definitely had a feel, the Jackson feel to it, and I've seen the adaptation, one of the adaptations, I think also on Netflix, but I think it was hers as well. Read it. Whoever story that was, I read it as well, and so good. Rabbit. Let's see what you got for us, Rabbit. I'm really surprised that half the deck are people and the other half are these objects. Not complaining. Also alphabetical. Waiting, making leaps, and adventure. So that's what this card stands for. This is going to be a really interesting deck to read for other people with, even for myself. The combination of just some simple, like 3-word descriptions of a 1-word object paired with the author cards. This is going to be some pretty complex messages. I love that. Oh, man. Oh, I just got dizzy, like in a good way. That was really weird. Not the dizzy part, just like, I mean, that was weird, yeah, but realizing all that about how the 2 different halves of the deck are going to mesh up. Definitely going to have to rough these cards up a bit, literally, like, get them out of their comfort zone. Bun, yeah. And get some edges unstiffened, loosened. Oh my God, unstiffened is not a word. This is chamomile tea. It's making me even sleepier than usual. Mug of the night is T-Rex. My sister-in-law gave that to me. One of my favorites. And my water bottle tonight was a gift from my friend for my birthday. She made it with her vinyl cutter. If you can tell who that is, well, then you know who it is. But for those of you who can't tell, whether because of the image or just you don't recognize the celebrity, that is David Bowie as Jareth the Goblin King from Labyrinth. because I was him for Halloween, and I do have that Labyrinth deck as well. So you remind me of the babe with power. Oh, water. It's a good water bottle too. It has ice from earlier today, and it's still ice. Didn't melt. Fresh water though, so that's nice. All right, one more card. Object or person? I was supposed to guess. I forgot to. I'm tired. All right, let's see. Jamaica Kincaid. History. We have Jamaica here holding an egg. Maybe you can see there are flies over her egg. A snake. A raven. A corvid, I'm not sure. Laundry on a laundry line. And she's waist deep in the earth here. I swear to God, I'm going to figure out this camera. It's autofocusing, and it's an external camera, so I don't know how to access it to shut off the autofocus, but I'll figure it out. All right, Ms. Jamaica, let's find out. Kincaid. History. This card's other keywords include lineage, the past, deep time. Jamaica Kincaid, born 1949, was born on Antigua, a former slave-owning British colony in the West Indies. Eager to get away, she moved to the United States at 18 to work as an au pair. Soon after, she began writing New Yorker articles and intense, biting fiction and nonfiction, which speaks with tremendous authority and clarity, and often repeats images and phrases in an insistent invective against the failures of mothers, fathers, siblings, and colonialism. Wow. These are definitely going to be getting added to my list of eternal reading things. So it really does have an amazing imagery. Again, that illustrator is Katie Horan. But I think I know what you're saying. Like, it's a great art, excellent, but like, the imagery, right, it's multi-leveled here, and I'm on the spot now, but I'm going to be able to, actually go deeper into each one when I'm reading for people. So, yeah, I definitely, before I read for other people with a deck, I read for myself because there's zero pressure to do it right, do it wrong. There is no right or wrong with this, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. Reading tarot and oracle is not magic. Not for me. Not so much psychic predictions or anything like that. It's just taking the happenstance of the physical pieces of cardboard that I choose, and I choose them based on like gut impressions, inklings that I feel. I don't know where those inklings come from. Sometimes it's my synapses firing. Might be my ancestors standing right behind me. I don't know, and I'm okay with that. And I'll just choose whichever cards pop out to me at that time. Or if I'm shuffling, literally some cards jump out. Like this one, I call that a jumper. And, all right, one complaint so far is I can't tell if this is an M or an RN. The font is a little odd, and I don't know the author's name, so that doesn't help me at all. But Alejandra Pizarnik or Pizarnik. Pizarnik sounds more appropriate, but who knows. This is just an amazing... I gotta read these people. I love this. Don't know what I was saying, but... Oh yeah, how I read. It's not magic. It's intuition. It's gut impressions. It's that dork energy. Like, I just use what I already know about some of these authors, some of these books, their works, the gut impressions I get from them, and use that. And yeah, if I know you and I'm reading for you, I absolutely use some of that knowledge and what I know about that person. I can't pretend I don't know when I'm reading for a coworker. Like, I don't know what they're like. I do know kind of what they're like, and that it helps reading when I read for people, because what it really helps with is knowing how to phrase things, because it if I'm reading for a stranger, that's really freeing too, because I can kind of write it however I want, but it's much more, I don't know how to describe it. It's like neutral. Like I have a neutral voice for that. I stay authentic to it. Like to what I want to tell them, or what I think the deck wants me to tell them more specifically. But when I'm reading for somebody I know or have met in person, I use that. I use that in the reading, because like if I'm reading for my best friend from kindergarten, she's really snarky and she responds to snark, and I'll do that to the point that it's natural for me. I'm not going to try to emulate what she sounds like, but I'm going to speak our language to some extent in there. Or I'll refer to something back in our past, like, oh, remember when so-and-so did this in 7th grade? This is what this is reminding me of. And just to help me articulate. It's more about me, like needing to articulate things. And if anybody watching can't tell yet, I am much more articulate in writing than I am verbally. I can talk about things, but the later it gets at night, oh, sorry. Yeah, this is the floating desk thing, the up-down desk, and it's up and very unstable right now. What was I saying? This is why I write. Something about getting distracted and forgetting what I was saying, coming back to it. It's at the top of my head. Water break. David Bowie break. Woo, 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 woo. Talking about that. If I know you, I'll use what I know about you in it to a point. I do my best not to let it affect the reading, but yeah. If I don't know you, all the better. I have nothing to lose, and that's it. Literary Witches Oracle, published by Clarkson Potter of Penguin Random House, and this deck cost $19.99 retail. Worth it. It is actually really a very heavy deck. The Jane Austen deck is about the same size. It doesn't feel this heavy. Oh, thank you, Mary. That's sweet of you to say. I appreciate that. I guess I'm comfortable doing this. This is fine. I used to teach college writing and facilitate adult learners in different courses and everything. So I'm comfortable doing it, but I'm more coherent if I've had a minute to like filter out the rambling, if you will. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop this video here, take a water break, and I have 2 other new decks. I might do one again tonight, but I'm going to be thinking about it. I'm tired, but this is really fun, and I'm excited about these other 2 decks. Thank you for tuning in. Mary, it was great to chat with you, and come back again. I'm going to do another one. I'm going to take like a 5-minute break, and I'll be back with a separate stream. So come back, everybody. See you on the flippity flip. Literary Witches Oracle. Coming soon to my tarot